presents the Tubcast.
Welcome to the Tubcast. We got more torn undies than Bruce Banner. We got it all here on the Tubcast.
You know it.
Do you ever do that thing where you got a hole in your sock and you're like, I don't want to throw the sock away.
Yep.
But I need to throw the sock away. Because
Way
every
too
time I
much.
wear it,
So then
my
you,
toe goes
you
through the sock.
tear it completely open.
Exactly. That's what I do. High five, bro, for life, bros for life, bro love.
Yeah. Underwear,
Yeah.
socks, t-shirts. If they get a hole,
You just
gotta
got to do
finish
it.
it.
You just got to tear it, and then you can't do nothing. You got to throw it away.
You mentioned underwear, and I've got a question now. What if your underwear doesn't have a hole?
Then
How
why
do you
would
get in it?
Tear it. Why would you?
Should have three holes, maybe four.
Right.
What's
What if it
the
only has
problem?
2 holes for your legs?
Then you can't have. You
Then
can't
it's
get in
just
it.
super annoying, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand where you're coming from.
Like if it doesn't have
You're
doesn't
saying
have a
like
fly
if they
spot.
accidentally stitch. No, you're saying if
Because
it
you have
only
a
has.
waist hole.
You have a waist hole.
Okay, you're right.
2
There should
leg
be
holes
3 holes.
in every pair of
Oh,
underwear.
you're saying you want a fly.
I think that
The
there
flappy.
should be a fly
You
fly
want
flap on every
multiple layers to be
for dudes.
No, that's not necessary.
Wait, you don't.
What,
I
you
use
don't- you
I
don't
use
like-
the flip flappy.
It's well, I mean,
I don't like having to undo all of my pants if I
You
go to the
unbuckle
bathroom.
everything like for just a pee pee.
no, I mean, if
Yeah, Kyle
you can have
drops
a-
his pants to the
you
floor.
can have a fly
No, I'm
in
asking about
your-
Jeremy.
You can have a fly in your jeans and not have one in your underwear.
Wait, you like go over
You
the
go
waistline?
Over the
You
waistline.
can if you have the right kind of underwear.
Wait, do you not?
What's the big deal?
Wait, so you're saying that you're
I
you're
use
saying,
the flappy hole.
That's like a lot of work to get in there. And well, maybe I mean if you're
Okay,
if you're,
let's not
if the
discuss
si-
that.
if
Let's
the-
not
if the-
discuss that.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
not discuss that
opening
part.
Hold
is
on.
girthy enough.
Hold on. What type of underwear are we talking about? Are we talking about a Y fold or just a simple open?
Why fold?
Yeah.
Like a brief, boxer brief, like our.
Oh, that's too
yeah.
much work.
Yeah, that's easier than going over the
Dude.
waistline.
100%.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, dude, I'm skilled at that. That's how you do it.
Oh
It's
my
like,
gosh,
there's
Tub
too
Nation
much-
is divided
there's
now.
too much like tuck and fold and
Kuipers,
try to
Kuipers.
Please be the voice of reason here.
Break the like. Okay,
I mean-
over the waistband or through the fly.
Through the fly.
Oh my goodness.
Hallelujah. Woo. All right.
Kuipers, I knew there was a reason that we kept you around.
I didn't know this was weird.
There's too much
It is-
folding
it is
and then,
weird.
and then like bending and like how do you get a
All right.
noodle out?
Welcome to the Tubcast. We'd like to say thank you to Crazy Legs for dropping in here and redeeming a Kuipers dance right away.
We've missed you. Welcome
Yeah, where
back.
you been?
He wants.
I mean, don't tell us.
What do you-
Welcome back, though.
What do you want? What do you want? What music do you want? Let us know, and we'll get Kuipers out here to dance.
Yeah, we'll
for
get
you.
it. We'll
Yeah.
get it all set up.
We'll get it going.
We always love when old listeners return after a hiatus of a few weeks.
Sabbatical.
the prodigal
Sabbatical.
son.
Yeah, you've returned home like a prodigal son.
Yes, exactly.
That's not what that means.
It's what it means.
It's what it means. I
Nathan.
read my Bible, atheist.
If he took half of our if we gave him half of our money and he spent it all and then came back for
Yeah.
a party.
Yeah, prodigal is about how much he spent.
Why don't you
That's
read a
not-
Bible sometime?
That's
Because
not.
he was selfish and because
No,
it
that's
was
not
all
what
about
it meant.
himself and it's because he
It's prodigal because he's come home.
I would like Kuipers to choose the dance. Well, you mean the music too?
I mean, I always choose the dance.
Yeah, Kuipers
Whether
always
it goes with the music or not, it's always debatable.
I think he means the song, maybe. I don't.
Oh
he's
no,
earned it.
no. Kuipers,
I hate choosing things.
Kuipers, don't you do it.
Yeah, don't you choose that
Do-
song you made me
Don't
listen
you
to
pick
earlier.
that song.
I don't like that song. I'll get angry and it'll ruin the whole show.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, that song.
Okay, pick a song, Kuipers.
Kuipers, you are being yelled at now in the chat
I
to
realize.
choose this. Come on, you're holding up the show, man.
I'm really tempted to say chicken dance, but I feel like that can be better than
Even
that.
half-baked Barracuda is yelling at you. Everyone's yelling at you. Kuipers.
Kuipers, pick a song. You're holding up the show here.
Chicken dance. Do it. Do it.
Oh boy.
Ugh.
Hup, boy.
All right. All right. Great.
I tried to do it. Kiss my butt.
everybody now.
very nice.
I tried starting it off with the like drunken sea shanty version of it, but it just didn't work. That was better. And Jeremy is fact checking in the chat.
Nathan fact checked, and I gave the chat.
I
his
was going
results.
to wait until after the Kuipers dance.
I know. I just
Your
felt like
timing is
I'm
impeccable.
helping. Fact check that one, Nathan.
Okay, so prodigal means spending money or resources freely and recklessly, wasting. See, that's what we meant. He wasted his $10 on a Kuiper's dance. So we were right in the first
When he
place.
was gone?
The prodigal son shut your hole. We were right. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. You guys were right. I apologize for being wrong about what prodigal means. Everybody, it's good to be here. It's good to be back in the tub. It's warm. The water is creeping into all my crevices, and
guys, breaking news.
Creep,
I'm sorry.
it
I had
flows.
to confirm what Trevor said. I had gotten
breaking news.
a message earlier from Xbox. Sea of Thieves is live again this weekend.
Are you kidding me? I'm almost disappointed. It's just
I know.
It's just rude.
Well, I got a message from Xbox earlier in the day. I opened it up and it was just the message from last week, and then I saw what Trevor said in this.
Man, it's crazy because it's like I just don't know that
I don't want to spend the money or the time.
Yeah, and something's all going to get erased again, and it's going to be sad. But
And maybe it'll be good if we do a little bit of a wait.
maybe.
Yeah, at the same time, I want to jump in, but I don't know if I want to spend any more energy.
Maybe you
want to
jump in just so you can get drunk a lot and maybe get your little name,
I suppose,
on a rock.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Crazy says, please use it in a sentence. I prodigaled my paycheck on dancing ladies this weekend.
You can use that word.
No, you can't.
No.
It's an adjective. You're using it as a verb.
Yeah. He probably knows. I think he knows.
Yeah, he knows. He knows what he did.
Trevor says, I'm going to play no matter what. Well, I mean, I want to, but I just feel like...
He's a play.
Nathan, do we have the right to address your headband?
Sure.
What's-
as long as the audio listeners don't mind.
You have a
Can we
headband?
undress it?
You have a headband,
Do
and it's
you-
and it's kind of got like a tan color and some polka dots.
tan?
Yeah, I think it's tan, right?
I'd say it's like
Maybe a
espresso.
golden
It's like
tan.
a-
No,
yeah.
it's espresso.
Tan,
Espresso
brown,
is
golden.
brown, Jeremy, like dark brown.
Are you kidding me?
It's got a little brown to
Google
it.
espresso. Anyways, it's a nice headband, and you said you found it. Where'd you find it?
At work.
Oh, and is it unisex? That's nice. I like it. I like the way
Thank
your
you.
Superman curl comes over it. So
Thank you.
okay, you were right about prodigal. I'm right about espresso.
Yeah, you're
tie. All right, that's good.
Do you want to know what happened to me today?
Yes, I do. I always want to know.
I was walking down the street, and there was a fella
Singing
breaking
to
down
a ditty.
breaking down cardboard boxes to put them in the dumpster. And we made eye contact briefly, and I just nodded, and then I kept walking. I got about a foot or two past him, and he suddenly goes, "What did you say?" And I said, "I didn't." "Did you say I'm about to get beat up?" "I assure you I did not." And then I just kept walking and tried to go a little faster. It's like, I don't know what I did to provoke this.
And I'm gonna go ahead and assume since you're here this evening, he didn't beat you up.
No, there was no physical altercation.
That's good. That's good.
That's funny. I was at work the other day, and I work alongside a busy street and have a window that's right there on the busy street.
So panhandle.
No, there was a guy that was walking down the street, and I don't think that they were all there in the head, or there was something that was going on with them.
Whoa,
'cause
that's not what we say. That's rude. We say
there's something. I'm saying
challenge.
there may have been some mental illness or something that was going on there.
That's questionable to say, too.
How is that questionable to say?
trying
You
to
can't say
satire-
that someone is mentally.
Kyle, you're
Kyle.
falling. You're taking the bait. Kyle.
Nathan,
Kyle.
slap my hand.
All right.
Thank you. So this guy's walking by, and all of a sudden, I hear him yelling inside the building. I can hear him saying, "Yeah, I had a backpack the other week, and the cops took it away because they said there was a bomb in it." I was like, what? Out of nowhere, like middle of the day. I don't even see that this guy is walking by. It's just random. You hear this outside the window, and I'm like, wait, what? Okay. I don't know. He
Not a
was
bomb
talking
in
to
there
himself,
anymore.
I guess. Yeah, there wasn't a bomb in there anymore.
So you're saying you have a windowed office?
I do
That's
have a
nice.
windowed office.
That's very
Yeah,
nice.
it's nice.
I have a basement office.
You do have a basement office.
I officed in a basement once.
I was in a basement.
I
once.
officed in a basement once as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anybody else do anything fun?
I'm trying to think. They got those Girl Scout cookie flavored beverages at Dunkin'. I had one of those this morning.
Would you have the Thin Mint?
I wanted the Thin Mint, and they were out of it.
Should you have the
So I
Caramel
had
Delight?
the peanut butter.
Oh, was that good?
It was delicious.
So it's peanut butter coffee, like a
it's-
peanut butter
yeah.
latte.
Yeah, it was like peanut butter cookie. So it had a little bit of that. I don't know if it's hard to
didn't even know this
explain
was
that
a
there's
thing.
like it's like all this month.
Oh,
So there you go. Hot tips from Kyle if you are liking the flavored coffees. Dunkin' Donut, get yourself some flavors of the Girl Scout
that
cookie.
sounds really good.
Yeah, I really wanted to get the mint. It was out. I was
Oh,
disappointed.
do they have
but,
Caramel Delights?
I think they've got peanut butter. They've got the Thin Mint, and then I think they've got the coconut. Whatever
those
the
are-
That's the
coconut
Caramel
one is.
Delight.
Is that the
Yeah.
caramel delight? Yes.
Yeah.
Then they have that one.
That's like chocolate and caramel and coconut.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
It does.
So I just
My wife painted the dining room, and I told her she did a good job.
Aw.
Yeah.
and then what happened?
I don't know.
That's so-
I don't paint, so
You were quite the active protagonist in that story, Jeremy.
yeah, I
Yes.
know, right?
Good job.
You did
Wife.
a lot of good things there.
Yeah,
That's nice of you, Jeremy. That's nice of you to pay compliments.
yeah.
You should always
Yeah.
pay compliments to
I
people
mean, then
that
I
you care
asked,
about.
"Where's my sandwich?" But no, I'm kidding. I did not do that.
You turned this
sorry.
down too much.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. It was really fake. You suck. It sounded like maybe his wife was yelling.
Yeah,
that
his
from
wife was
upstairs
yelling that.
in the distance. Boo! You suck. Only on Wednesdays. All right, so there is not much else going on. I was trying to think. I was like, what have I done this past week that I could share with the class, and they would like it if I told them the story. But I don't have anything. I'm just bored.
You should make something up. Make something up right now.
So there was this time. Well, actually, it wasn't this time.
last week.
It was last week. Okay.
Yeah.
I was driving down the main drag here in the Council Bluffs where we're from, and I got pulled over. And the cop he says, license or registration. I was like, oh, okay, officer. But look, can I ask why you pulled me over?
Yeah.
And he says, well, you're speeding a little bit. I just want to make sure everything's okay.
Naturally.
So I got my license and registration. I shoved them directly down my throat, and then it hit my gag reflex, and I vomited everywhere.
I feel like somewhere along that story, you started doing things that would have hurt you in the long run.
Yeah, he said, "Excuse me, son, but why did you do that?" And I said, "I'm sorry, officer." And then he said, "I'm going to need you to go ahead and step out of the vehicle."
And you said
And-
no.
And I said, "Well, it's a free country. I'm going to choose to sit in my vomit."
Am I being detained?
And then he says, "Well, I'm going to ask you to get out because I think you might be under the influence of something." I said, "I'm under the influence of joy. Okay, I'm happy." And I decided to shove my
had
license and my
joy
registration down my
unspeakable.
throat. And then he says, "Well, I'm going to take you in." And I went to prison. Okay. And
Okay.
so, anyways, I spent the night in the Clink. And by that,
Wait, hang
I
on.
mean the CenturyLink Auditorium. Because he was confused where the prison was.
He
and
took
we
you to
ended
the
up
Clink.
The CenturyLink Auditorium.
Wait.
What was going on in the Century
There was
Link?
nothing. It was empty. It was dark. It was scary. I was alone on the middle floor on the bottom. But they just got done with a monster truck rally, so they had just lifted the plastic tarp off the grounds, but there was still all the Coca-Cola syrup that they used to get it to stick to the floor down there. So I just lived on that for a couple nights until I got out.
Until you got out.
Do you want me to keep going?
I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious
fascinated at this
as
point.
to how you got out. What did you do to get out?
Okay, well,
No,
this
they-
is
they
where
let him out,
this is where it gets.
No, he said he got out.
This is where it gets weird. Okay.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I woke up after sleeping for about 13 hours, and
Peeled your face off the floor.
I was really hungry.
Coke.
I was super hungry because the Coke syrup just wasn't doing it. And at this point, I started to eat my way out of the building. Everything was made out of graham crackers. Okay?
Wait,
So the seats were graham crackers. Everything was graham crackers. And eventually, I got through, but I had such a tummy ache. But I got through it, and I started to see light as I ate through the CenturyLink auditorium.
Dry.
It was dry.
but then you mix it with the Coke, right?
Well, that's
Well,
just
the
the
syrup
syrup.
is
It's not
No,
very
that's
liquidy. Yeah, I
not
couldn't
going
do
to
that.
help your thirst.
So I got out of the auditorium, and I
Right.
saw the light, and I was crawling, and I was like, why is this huge arena made out of graham crackers? I'm so confused. And then a dairy cow walked by, right? And I'm just like,
Well, that makes sense.
its name was Cletus, but it was a female, and it had a cowbell on it. And I drank some milk directly from the udder, and it was fine. But that's kind of where I ended that day at that point because I had my tummy full.
Did you get any milk?
Yeah, I
from
just
the
said
cow?
I drank it directly
Okay, I didn't.
from the udder.
I guess I was reading something that Crazy was verifying your story.
What did he say?
He said that he was already in jail when they brought you in, and that you were tased and you peed yourself, and then you became somebody's girlfriend.
Yeah, somebody is a real tough dude, okay? And you might think he's talking about someone generic, but somebody is actually his name.
Somebody. Yeah.
It's not his prison name either. That's his given
That's
name.
just his name.
His last name is Bo Jensen.
Somebody Bo Jensen.
So yeah, that's his name. And then he's a tough guy. He has a lot of tattoos. You'd think he was African American, but he's actually Latino. But it's all tattoos.
At least
It's just all skin tattoo.
he knew what he wanted to be when he grew up. Somebody.
See, he got it. I feel like this is going
be
into a weird place.
somebody.
I don't feel like I should share my life stories anymore because I don't feel that.
Well,
they're
you know,
going
I'm
there.
happy
It's a
for you
safe
and
place.
somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you
safe
two have a
place.
long and happy relationship.
Yeah, I know. Don't tell my wife.
Or-
Should we read
or
the
short
news?
and happy if you're ready.
It's time for the only news stories worth talking about.
All right, everybody, welcome to the news portion of this broadcast. Brought to you by TheVerge.com. This first headline reads, Marvel's Avengers Infinity War moved up to April 27th. Get excited, get hype if you like. Wait a second. Nathan, we asked at the beginning if we had things to share with the class, and now that we're in the news, you decide to pull out your giant rubber band ball and add rubber bands to it.
It's balls.
Wait.
There's two of them.
Why did you make BB-8 out of rubber bands?
He made BB-8.
I thought it was one of those little
Rub
like.
BB-8.
I thought it was one of
Rub
those
BB-8.
those little dolls that you then open up and they have another identical doll that's smaller
nesting
inside.
doll?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, all right.
I lost the big one for a while, so I had to start another one. Then I found the big one, so I attached them.
So eventually you're hoping to get like
What's
one.
this other
So,
piece?
do you quit when the rubber bands break?
No.
I mean, how do you stop making the ball?
You never
don't.
stop.
So it reminds me of a story. My great
Of a lovely lady
No,
He's got a stairy.
who was bringing
It was
up
actually
three very lovely.
my grandfather. One of his, maybe you're going to become like my grandfather. He would sit in front of the TV and he used twine, and he'd just buy spools of twine and just start making a ball and making it larger and larger. And when that roll, he would tie a knot and do another spool of twine and just keep going. And when he died, we were cleaning out his house, and we found like literally 50 or more balls of twine that were between 1 and 3 feet in diameter. And his basement stairs were completely demolished because what would happen is when they got too big for him to pick up and continue to roll, he would roll them over to the basement stairs and kick them down into the basement and start another roll.
Wait, was your grandpa kind of like a little?
Touched?
It was a fidgeting thing.
Oh,
See,
And he had to put it somewhere, and he never went in the basement.
and
so
they didn't have fidget spinners.
Yeah.
And here I thought you were saying that the moral of the story is Nathan became your grandfather.
No. He also sorted change into large glass jars, and he would buy rolls of quarters, nickels, and pennies and sort them by age. And so he had all these jars sitting around him, and he'd sort them all out by decade, and then he'd sort them all out by year after he did that, and he'd keep separating them out into jars. And we had almost $1,000 in change that we found in his house that was in big glass jars.
That sounds
when he died too.
That sounds a bit obsessive.
Crazy says sick twine ball tricks.
Sick tricks.
Just saying, I'm giving you ideas for your next thing.
For
Nathan.
retirement,
Yeah.
Nathan. So Marvel's Avengers Infinity
Yes.
War is now coming out
It is now coming
earlier.
out a week
than it,
earlier.
Oh, only a week earlier.
Yeah, it's only a week earlier.
What else was coming out the same week it was planned for?
I don't think there was anything that was coming out the same week. I think that, and I haven't been able to confirm this. I'd heard somebody say that it was coming out on the this week, that weekend of April in Australia. So they had decided, instead of having that gap in time because of the fact that there could be big spoilers, because there's supposed to be some big things that happen.
Is this when Captain America dies?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
That
We'll
would make
see.
me so happy.
But they
See that guy on the left.
Marvel Studios tweeted out they had a back and forth with Robert Downey Jr. On Twitter this afternoon to announce that they were going to be doing this earlier. So yeah.
So
if
basically,
you're-
they could have them all come out at the same time. That's
Wait, Robert Downey Jr. asked that it comes
yeah.
out?
So they tweeted. Marvel Studios tweeted this afternoon, on a scale of 1 to infinity, how excited are you to see Infinity Wars on May 4th? Robert Downey Jr. responded to them, any chance I could see it earlier? They said, anything for you, Mr. Stark. How's April 27th? Great, he said, with friends. They said, you mean these friends? And tagged a bunch of people that are in it. And he goes, the entire world. They said, that's fantastic idea. Done. Avengers Infinity War in theaters everywhere, April 27th. And then he goes, you guys wanted it. You got it. See you there.
You know what's weird
That
is
sounds like
that's
a
a
publicity
really-
stunt.
Oh, it was.
You
It was
know,
entirely a publicity
you know what I was
stunt.
going to say was
I'm
weird
proud
about
of that.
What's weird about that is it is a publicity stunt, and I still got goosebumps when Kyle read it. Is that
Yeah.
weird? It gave
and
me
it's a
chills.
Marvels thing. That's even weirder.
I know, and I don't even like
But
that.
that's a really great idea. Now everyone's
And
gonna
then
do it,
he
though.
also had a gif of him
not the first time it's
in
been
one of the
done.
movies that said, guys, I'm bringing the party to you.
gave me chills.
But
It was powerful.
you know
Was
what
it
else
electrifying?
gave me chills?
They're multiplying.
Did you
Could be grease
see
lightning.
that
Would you
there
lose
was
control?
an
I've never done
interaction?
grease lightning. Let me say it here. I'm not a drug addict. Okay, I've never done it.
Yeah,
Maybe a little Karibo shoe, but that
little
was when
bit.
I was a kid.
in jail.
Is that a Super Mario Brothers 3 reference?
Crazy says, I think when he said with friends, he meant Joey, Chandler, Phoebe, etc.
Exactly.
Probably. Yeah.
Na 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 na. Someone told you that was gonna be this way. All right, so I'm assuming he's correct.
Yeah,
on that.
yeah, it is. It was totally a plant. But interesting enough, this week there was something that looked like it was a pretty natural interaction where somebody had tweeted at James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy, saying, "Hey, you should get Mark Hamill to be in Guardians 3," and Gunn responded saying, "Hey, if he wants in, yeah, let's. We can make something happen." Mark Hamill tweeted back at him, and they went back and forth because they're like neighbors or something, and got set up so that he could send Gunn a direct message. So maybe Mark Hamill will be in the next Guardians movie.
Oh, that was not what I thought you were going to reference.
Oh,
That
was there
they're
something
dating
else?
now?
I thought you were going to talk about the
True, crazy.
the tweet where James Gunn said that old Groot is dead, that baby Groot is his son.
Oh,
Yep.
That's an interesting twist.
Well, how does that? Oh, because he grew from old.
Because
it's
he's
a
a tree.
sapling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's part. Oh, and
I
they
don't
did-
know if that's the way that it worked in the comics, but I like that explanation.
It makes
it
me
makes
sad,
more
though.
sense.
It, makes
It is
me
sad, but it's appropriately sad.
It is sad, but it does make more sense.
why didn't they
So-
address it in the film? Will they address it in the next film?
Probably not.
It's
Maybe they don't have to.
Maybe I want them to.
We want
was
them
Groot.
to.
He was Groot. No longer Groot. This next story comes from IGN.com. that is a website on the internet that we report news from, that they report news, and then we borrow it for this show. It says,
Everything we do.
shut your mouth, that's not true. Tarantino's Manson movie gets a title.
Manson.
I was going to let him finish the rest of the title.
I like it that
Tarantino's
way.
Manson movie gets a title.
I read it that way the first time myself too, just so you know.
Yeah, I did too.
I was like, oh, he's talking about mansions? That's weird.
Is it a haunted
Well, there
mansion?
was a mansion that...
I'm excited for this movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, and it's about a haunted mansion.
It's actually just a shot-for-shot remake of Russian Ark, so it's one shot.
okay.
Yeah, they're moving. This is the 9th Tarantino feature film that's supposed to be opening August 9th of 2019, which is actually coinciding with the 50th anniversary of the Manson family murdering Tate. What was her first? Shannon? Is that right? Shannon Tate?
That
Sure.
sounds right.
Sounds right.
I don't know, though.
The movie is supposed to be about that murder. It's supposed to take place in 1969 with the whole Hollywood aspect of it. I
Is
believe
Brian Wilson going to be in it
I'm not sure.
and reprise his role as California neighbor from a famous rock band?
Can I just say I love Tarantino's tie in this picture?
No, it's leather.
Yeah,
I know.
that's awesome.
It's amazing.
I was noticing that too, and I wasn't going to bring it up, but he's wearing a lighter brown leather jacket with a darker brown leather tie.
I will admit to having a black leather tie at one time in my life in the 90s.
You would.
But it went well with silk shirts. Just throwing that out there. I don't know
I
why.
don't know how
but
well. I mean, you
in
thought
the 90s
it went well.
it went well.
Sure.
But he's a stud right there.
Yeah, they're all studs right there.
Well, DiCaprio is smug, but
I like Happy.
What's wrong with Leo?
I don't
How
know.
is he smug?
I don't know. Maybe he's too
Vinny-
pretty. Maybe that's it.
If anything, I would think Brad Pitt is the smug one.
Oh yeah, but like old smug. Like I've done this already. Like
Yeah, but Caprio is much younger. I don't know. I bet they're about the same age, honestly.
think?
Fact check.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah,
fact,
fact check it.
that Kuipers.
They have said that the two lead characters are going to be
Are
Rick
Nathan.
Dalton, which is Leonardo DiCaprio, who is a former star of a Western TV series, and his longtime stunt double, Cliff Booth, which is Brad Pitt. They're both struggling to make it in Hollywood. They don't recognize anymore, but Rick has a very famous next-door neighbor, Shannon Tate. So I would imagine that that's where things get dicey.
Brad Pitt is 11 years older than Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They could be brothers.
I was thinking there would be a bit of a separation there.
I'm actually surprised Brad Pitt's that young. I figured he was at least 60 by now, but I guess not.
No.
How old is he?
He's 54.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's crazy to have two powerhouse actors like that in single
supposed- I
or single Tarantino film.
I
mean,
thought
they've
there was
both been
another
in,
big name that was supposed to be in it too.
I think he had originally wanted Samuel L. Jackson and Tom Cruise as his leads.
Oh, okay.
So it sounds like the plot may have changed a little bit, because I don't see Tom Cruise being the actor and Samuel L. Jackson being his body double, or
Well,
vice versa.
I always feel like
Well, yeah.
Quentin Tarantino says he's going to quit making movies and retire, and then I always hear, "Oh, here's his next movie," and I'm like, "Oh,
Well, yeah,
well,
'cause
I'm not sad about
It's
it."
because he has lunch all the time, and there's napkins sitting
But
there,
is this-
and he has to write something down.
is
the
this
napkin
his
syndrome.
last one that's supposed to be his?
I found
his
your
written-
napkin stash over there under your desk.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Tarantino's directing style is like the Expendables. They always say they're retired, but then they just come out of retirement one more time, and
yes.
then one more time again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, I mean, are the rumors of this being his last one or whatnot? Is that supposed to be his written, directed, and produced?
well, he said after Hateful
Eight.
That's it.
Oh,
that he
okay.
was done. Like he said, that was gonna be his last movie. So,
Because I know he's also rumored to be directing the next Star Trek movie too.
which would be crazy.
Yeah,
I
He had-
thought he was getting up to 10, and Hateful Eight was his 8th.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I don't know. I feel like he's always changing his mind. But
one
doesn't-
has to wonder if this is going to be a fictional. Well, I mean, like something that's supposed to be out of this world and just his own vision of what could have happened. The
Yeah.
way that a lot of his movies end up being.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. What would the cast be of that Star Trek movie? Like, what if he had like Brad Pitt and he had DiCaprio and Samuel L. Jackson and maybe let's see. I'm trying to think of all the famous.
Who would be
people
the captain
in
in that?
Samuel.
No, it would be the guy that's in Hateful Eight and that's in and he was in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's oh my gosh.
I'm forgetting who was in Hateful Eight. Oh, Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell will be the captain.
There you go.
And yeah, I'm trying to think who else might be in. He'd have to obviously get what's her face back too. The one it's always that he crashed the car. And Uma Thurman. Yeah, all these people would have to come to the Star Trek.
Hey, I have a
think
question.
That they're probably going to
this
be
made
using
me
the
think
same
of,
cast though.
and I don't know why, but has anyone started watching the Jean-Claude Van Johnson?
The one that already got canceled before it even premiered?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Like,
but have you started
renewed.
watching it?
No.
It's really bad, but kind of funny.
Okay.
That's probably why they
It's
decided
pretty
they weren't
much
going to renew it.
Any of his last movies in the last 20 years. Anyway.
They they literally canceled it before it had even been
It was
published.
stillborn. All right.
Stillborn is
this
13 episodes.
Next story comes from Polygon.com. It says YouTube boxing just went international.
Oh, snap.
So when does YouTube get involved? That's right.
It's going to bring tons of money.
Jake Paul's fighting DJ. What's his DJ? Dijon.
I'm pretty sure he goes by DJ.
And then KSI is supposed to fight Logan Paul. So it's going to be fun to watch the Paul brothers get their faces punched in. I'll watch that. Do we have to click stuff? Do we have to?
I did not put the video on there because it was terrible.
It wasn't. You say that every time you're feeling lazy. It was terrible.
We need to just start saying, Jeremy, put the video in here.
You told me you were going to make it red if you wanted it.
That was like
and there was no red
that
in
was
there,
like a
mister.
year ago, man.
A year ago? That was like 2 years ago.
Okay,
2 years
Kyle.
ago.
I'll let
Stick
you.
with
take
it.
the part.
So yeah, there's been a couple. It was what was it? I don't know if it was. I'm trying to remember who it was, and I'm not finding it in here. There was a fight that was teased a while ago, and it actually happened. And so now the Paul brothers are going to be taking on KSI and Comedy Short Gamer, better known as Deji, in a boxing match later this year. And they are going to obviously make tons and tons of money off of this because they are going to do it in an arena. It sounds like that's where they suspect that it will lead to. You know that there's going to be advertising and people that are going to be jumping on board and making money that way. They're going to go back and forth with these videos, calling each other out and talking trash all year until the fight happens.
Can't forget the merch.
Yeah, and I'm sure there will be tons
Always
of merch.
rep the merch.
So
Did I mention that we have merch? Go to store.mininatub.com right now and purchase your very own Min in a Tub t-shirt.
Okay.
You can get a mug.
We have mugs, t-shirts. We have women's shirts. They're
Cell phone
shirts for
protectors.
women's. I don't think we have cell phone protectors.
Not
we
They're
don't have them anymore?
They're not in the
They're
store
gone.
anymore.
Okay. We used to have those. You missed out.
Yeah.
Some of you did.
Some of you did.
We used to have
Yeah.
baby onesies on
So yeah,
there.
YouTube really hasn't said anything about this, whether they're, what they're going to do with it. But I mean, really, they almost can't just
Not be
not
involved?
do anything. Yeah,
I mean, they
you have
could.
to be involved. There's way too much money that is going to be.
Thing is, they'd have to buy themselves in, I think.
How?
Is there?
Well,
are there?
it started organically without YouTube. If YouTube wants to get involved, they'd have to become a sponsor. Talk about
Well, yeah.
these guys making more money.
Well, sure, but I mean, YouTube would make tons more
But
money
they're going to make
because they
tons
would
of money already.
I mean, you're right. They're going to make tons of money because they're going to stream it on YouTube. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
I think it's more. I think this headline is more saying, does YouTube get involved? Do they try to stop this?
right. Which I don't think that there's any way that they can at this point.
Yeah, they've. I mean, it's been the CEO of the CEO or CFO of YouTube has Susan Wojcicki. I don't know.
What'd you say?
Anyways,
So it sounds like
she said that that she even has said that Logan doesn't deserve to be banned from YouTube and blah blah blah.
Right.
So I don't know. What were you saying? Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say it sounds like they're okay with getting involved in things that are controlled boxing matches or whatnot, but it's the drama and some of the extra things that are going to happen with videos back and forth between them.
I don't know any of these guys well enough to know if any of them have actual official training in boxing,
no, I don't
or
think
if they're
so.
just going to get in there and swing at each other a bunch.
I'm assuming that's why it's going to take so long. They're
I would
probably both
imagine
taking
they're-
lessons.
Which
Yeah.
either way, I don't know. I'm just curious.
Eric's gonna watch it.
I love boxing.
You're gonna
so
watch it, aren't you?
I really want to see what
Yeah,
happens.
so you can tear it apart.
Well, I
This case,
I mean, I just want to see him. I just hope that I imagine the Logan brother or the Paul brothers are not trained, and I just want to imagine maybe the other guys have some training, but I don't know. But
I
if
just
I
really want to see the Paul brothers get hurt.
yeah, that's it. Actually, I just really want to see them get punched a lot and fall
bloody
down.
their faces
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're saying we should have you stream it, but holding in the video game control in the middle of the corner
just
again.
pretend I'm playing it. Yes, that's what we'll do.
Did I miss where they had said who had already done one of these before? I'm trying to remember. It isn't the two guys that are going to be fighting the Paul brothers, is it?
I thought maybe one of them had.
I think one of them was in, but I couldn't
KSI?
remember if it was the two of them fighting each other or not, and I can't find it now.
It's just weird for this to be the thing that brings boxing back
Right.
to the forefront, but hey, I'll take it, I guess.
It's a bunch of amateurs that are just popular from something else, and it's
Oh
going
yeah,
to,
KSI versus Joe Weller. That's the video at the top of the
okay.
page there. So,
That's
yeah,
I knew I saw it somewhere. It wasn't showing the
So
same
at least
way.
KSI has had some experience. So good luck, Logan Paul. R.I.P.
He doesn't mean that.
R.I.P. Logan Paul.
He doesn't mean that either.
No, it's fine. Anyways, that some people might not care, and I get it's kind of a silly publicity stunt, but I also wouldn't mind watching those guys get beat up.
I feel like this is something that I would be maybe a little more interested in, just
Yeah.
from the standpoint that it's the whole aspect of amateurs. You've got people that have legitimately become villains on the internet because of their videos and whatnot that they've made. That just adds to the whole aspect of what's going on here.
So what if we?
I was thinking the same thing earlier today.
What if we had a boxing tournament?
Okay.
Presented by Men in a Tub.
Okay.
Yeah, and all of us had to participate.
Okay, this sounds like an awful idea, but
Yeah.
it's not
Why?
the worst one.
Why would it be awful? It
Jeremy.
would have to be
Jeremy?
controlled. We're not talking about just fighting each other to be, drama queens.
Jeremy,
What?
You want to fight?
you want to fight?
What is so wrong with that?
All right. Well, what are
Crazy just said I'll
okay.
enter your boxing tournament.
All right. What are the matchups then? Who's fighting who? We got
Well, it'd
6
have
of
to-
us.
No, it'd have to be lottery for the first, because we're talking about attorney style. So
Crazy,
it'd
I
have to
think,
be lottery.
is going
I
as
don't know.
tribute for me, right?
Nope. Sorry, Crazy. Can't help it.
He's
Crazy.
saying sweep the leg because he knows I've got a bad leg.
That's what we were all thinking.
I
Whoever,
mean, we're not doing MAA. I mean, seriously.
who's the referee?
Let's say Crazy fights the winner out of our tournament. Yeah.
Jolliver's in.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
so
we
it's-
could do this live at Comic-Con this year.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, could we get a boxing match at
We
Comic-Con?
could do that for our panel.
Actually-
Oh, if they have the wrestling there,
They
we
do
could
have
borrow
wrestling.
that ring.
We should look into this and see if we could do a quick boxing match in there.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get a lot of gear here.
We're not gonna be asked back.
Why?
I don't know. I
We'd
mean,
be totally asked back.
As long as we're only
Probably.
beating ourselves up.
Yeah.
Trev E says Kuiper's refs.
We'd have
Nope,
specific
Piper
rules.
fights.
No, we'll
Yeah,
hire.
Kuiper's has to fight.
we'll
He's
hire
not
a real
Kuipers
ref.
doesn't fight. Kuipers wins.
Oh.
Oh.
No, you're generating a tournament bracket right now. as
Do we want
speak.
double elimination, single, or single elimination, or round robin?
Can I just take a fall? and
Nope.
be
What do we
done?
want?
I feel like we'd have to do single.
Okay.
Crazy says he's going to start training tonight.
I think we stick to limited rounds.
Okay.
Okay.
Guys, this
So I'm gonna just say for time's sake we'd go like a 3-round match. Okay. 5-minute rounds.
Okay.
And full rules apply. So no cheap shot.
Yeah. Right, Jeremy.
Legit stuff. Are you kidding me?
no hitting my moneymaker.
Okay, so
right?
oh boy.
No, we can wear headgear. to be
what did it-
All
what did
right.
you get? What did
Here's
you
our
get?
bracket. You guys ready?
No, I'm
You
so
did it
scared.
random,
I don't
right?
wanna-
Yeah, it's random. All right, first up, it's going to be Jeremy versus Nathan.
Hello.
Oh no.
The winner of that's going to go on to fight Kuipers.
Woo!
So
he wins.
So wait, he had the buy?
I guess, yeah.
Okay,
And then,
It generates based on the 6
and then
people.
the other round, the other one is going to be Kyle versus Trevor. The winner of that goes on to fight me. And so then the winner between those go into the final round.
So it's going to
Why
be
didn't
you
we
and
do
Kuipers
3
fighting on
opening
the end.
rounds? Why is there a buy for 2
Because it's
people?
the way that it's set up.
That's the way a bracket.
I'm having flashbacks to Nidhogg now.
yeah.
I don't
Red
know.
Dawn.
I don't know how this is.
You said single elimination.
Yeah,
what?
okay, I
maybe-
gotcha.
Isn't that?
Yeah, if it's single elimination, you can't have 3 different matches and have 3 people
Yeah,
that
you'd
are
have
left.
someone who had a buy in the second
If you do
round. That
double
doesn't work. I
elimination-
get what you're saying.
Yeah, then if you do double elimination, that just means the losers have to fight in a bracket.
Oliver says
so-
rules of Tub Club. If you're in the tub, you have to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
I don't like this idea. I don't like this idea.
What are you afraid of? Getting hurt?
Getting hit?
Are you kidding me? You have big gloves on, and
you got
You're gonna have headgear.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I'll get hit.
Nathan just played.
I tell you what. We could have a no nose shot hits at all. No right in the face.
No face hits.
No. Yeah, you can hit the side of the face where you can't hit right in the square in the nose. For
Okay.
Kyle's sake.
I don't like this.
Wait,
I don't
who's
like-
fighting
my
you?
aim's
Hey,
bad.
Kuipers. I think
No,
you can
it's-
take him out without hurting his
It's
nose.
Trevor that's
so-
fighting me.
Yeah.
Oh, Trevor. Yeah,
I mean,
then
really,
you're fine.
Eric, you're just gonna get a buy into the championship. That's what's gonna happen because Trevor and I would both be like,
That's what
slap
would
each
make it
other,
hilarious.
and then we would both be like,
I don't think Trevor would even do that. He'd just run away from you around the ring.
Oh man.
Here's you, Nathan.
Is this swimming?
Kuiper,
When do I ever do
crazy,
that?
Crazy said, "You guys, I just did 3 push-ups. Who wants to get their donkey kicked?"
I don't know.
I'll do push-ups with you guys. Who can do the most
All right.
push-ups? Let's do it
Wow.
right now.
Oh my
Let's
gosh,
see who
you are
wins.
so competitive.
Oh, yeah. I'll do push-ups right now.
Right now,
What?
I'll beat you in push-ups.
I'm
I'll
totally
do it.
out of shape, but I'll do push-ups.
I'll eat more cheeseburgers than you right now.
I'll do it. I'll
Who do you
take you
think
on a
will win
cheeseburger challenge.
with push-ups?
I'll swallow more
I'm
cucumbers
kind of
whole than you.
I vote Nathan wins in push-ups.
I feel like that's something somebody's actually done once.
Well, not on a family friendly show.
Not on
All
a
right.
family
So
friendly
this
show.
next story, it's called a story.
Story.
It's a story from the Denver Post .com. It says DenverPost.com. It says the studies are increasingly clear that Uber and Lyft congest cities. Did you hear that clearly?
Now say
Yeah, through your
diabetes.
wooden teeth.
What'd you say?
Now say diabetes.
Diabetes.
There you go.
I like it. Yeah, this
Die
is
or
a
beat
story.
us?
I'm the Quaker Oats man.
He's got wooden teeth. Just leave him alone, all right? There is a study that's been released now that large numbers of Lyft and Uber drivers have done the exact opposite of what they have said that they're going to do, which is to eliminate congestion in bigger cities. And they are adding to it, which makes sense when you actually think about it, because people...
Gainful employment.
Well, and people don't take those rides to the bus station or terminal or whatnot. They take those rides to a destination. A lot of times they're getting those rides when they're already deep in the more congested parts of cities to get around and not have to take a taxi or walk someplace.
And you're saying because the taxis are like a job, they stay on the road anyway, so we're not getting rid of them because of it.
You're not getting rid of taxis. So, and that's just it. The promise of this was that it was going to eliminate traffic, help take cars off the road, essentially. And what it's done is it's put more cars on the road because there are a lot of people who would use public transit and instead have decided to do this because you don't have to deal with the public if you're taking an Uber.
And it's fairly inexpensive.
It's
and
fairly
it's direct.
inexpensive.
Oh, so you're saying there's a ton of benefits.
Except that it doesn't help anyone with congestion and traffic.
So if I get to where I want to go faster for less money,
You don't get there faster. That's what this is saying. This is adding to
In
the
the long
congestion.
run, you do not get there faster.
true, but I have less personal effort to do it. So for me, that's a plus.
Because he can play his Switch while in the back seat.
Yeah. Or respond to an email or whatever.
Yeah. So Jeremy disagrees with this sign.
I don't
Jeremy
disagree
disagrees
with
with the
it. I
science,
say,
yeah.
who cares?
But see, the other part of it too is that we don't live in one of the
Yeah.
bigger cities.
Well, it's
where,
not like these people are buying cars just to
Yeah.
do this, though. So
Yeah,
aren't
they're
these
just
cars
driving more
just
often
on
than they
the
would
s-
otherwise.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're on the road more often. But the difference is that you've got people, instead of taking the ride that's short to the terminal or the the bus stop or whatnot that's closer to you, they are just taking it to the destination. So it's actually adding more cars
Yeah.
on the road. It's causing more. It's causing. I mean, a lot of people have said that their Uber and their Lyft drives are not actually as fast as they used to think that they would be. So you're not getting to work on time. I mean, I've seen people in my Facebook feed that I'm friends with from other parts of the country that are more congested, that are taking rides and saying, man, I'm going to be late because this guy's not getting me where I need to go. There's too much traffic and yada, yada, yada. So I don't know. I can see where the idea would be that it should eliminate traffic, but the way that people work with this kind of stuff is, why would I take this to a bus terminal or something and then have to switch to the other train or whatever to get to work when I could just say, hey, take me to work, and this person will take you there?
So I still don't understand why that's a problem.
Because it's creating more congestion.
It means less people are using mass transit, which is subsidized. Eventually, those things will become less important because there's a capital solution that is working.
There's more
That's also
traffic
employing people.
There's
consistently.
more traffic.
Yeah, on the roads, big deal.
That's what we're talking about, Jared.
I know.
This
I'm
is
just saying.
supposed to be
so,
something that would eliminate that. So you say that as somebody who works at home and doesn't have to.
Yeah.
I mean,
And you know what? If I go anywhere for work, that's not in my. When I travel for work, I take an Uber all the time
there's a lot of people that do, but
because it's cheaper than the taxi service, and it's easier in a town that I'm not from than taking public transit.
yes, but you're talking about it as somebody that is a traveler, as opposed to somebody that lives in those cities that instead of going and taking the short ride
They
from
take the easy one.
Uber to the bus stop or the train station, they instead just take it all the way there, which adds more people. It defeats the purpose of what public transportation is for, to alleviate congestion with traffic and help people get where they need to go faster.
Okay, so if it defeats the purpose of public transportation, then public transportation has less need, which means less subsidy, which means it's cheaper for the taxpayer.
That's not what we're talking
And people
about.
are getting
cares
jobs.
about
I'm saying
No,
there's
you're-
more upside than downside.
Oh my gosh, no, there isn't, because it's causing more traffic congestion. You have more people that are on the roads, which means you have to pay for more upkeep of streets.
Yes, but that gets reduced from the people who are not taking public transportation.
Nathan slapped my hand. I'm fighting with Jeremy.
I
we
was
disagree,
participating
but that's
too.
okay.
No, okay.
Why is? But I don't get like why is it a pro? Like why? What are you saying, Jeremy? I'm trying to side with you, but I don't know how
I'm
it's
saying,
working.
yeah, okay. There's more traffic congestion. Is that a bigger deal than the benefits? And I don't think it is. So I think the
when
benefits
the big
outweigh.
promise is that it is going to help eliminate and keep the bigger cities from being clogged. The big
Was
difference
that ever
too,
really their promise? I mean,
Yes,
it's
that's what
really
they've
it's
said.
cheaper direct transportation. Okay,
It's
cheaper.
not always cheaper, because there's also surging prices, which is when people are trying to get to work, they're paying more money during those times of the day.
Because of convenience.
Doesn't mean that it's cheaper.
You pay
You're saying that
$2.50
it's
for a
cheaper.
glass of pop at a restaurant where it costs 50 cents at the store. I mean,
Yeah,
well,
Jolliver says it
$1.50
right
now.
here. That's exactly what it is. Instead of subways, trams, better public transportation, we found another way to add more cars, which in turn leaves you with people that have to leave for work earlier than they would typically if there wasn't as much congestion or if they were using one of those public transportations. It's one of those things that it's almost causing more problems for people as far as your daily commute. It's not making it easier. You're thinking of it as easier because you can sit in the back of a car and not have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that have their own vehicles that travel and go to work and now have to go to work that much earlier because instead of getting on a train where you can be sitting there and working on
Well,
an
if they're
email or
driving their
whatever,
own car, why don't they take the train?
because they have their own car. This is the
Having your own car isn't a reason not to take Uber or a reason that Uber's bad. It's just a different form of transportation.
I understand
and it's
that, but
giving tons of people a easy second job where they can make money. I mean, there's every single Uber driver that I've talked to when I've sat in the back of their vehicle, it's a second job for them, or they retired and it's a way to make extra income. That's a great thing. I'm just saying there's upsides too. That's all I'm saying.
this doesn't have anything to do with what the upside is. They're talking about the actual problem. Sure, there's going to be some upsides with it, but that doesn't mean that it's going to eliminate the traffic congestion, which is the big thing that they said that this was going to bring.
Okay, well, but the problem that I face and why I like taking an Uber is the cost of taking a taxi. An Uber is cheaper.
We're not
Public transportation is harder to figure out. So I'm saying yes, it's creating a problem, but it's also solving problems. That's all.
But you've completely changed what the discussion was originally about, because we weren't talking about is Uber/Lyft an overall good or bad thing. We're talking about here's one thing Uber/Lyft is currently doing and has been doing.
But it's saying
contra
but it's
their
a
promise.
negative thing. So I'm arguing that negative is counterbalanced by positives.
It's because he likes to argue.
I know.
Is that what I mean?
It is 100%,
guys. That's what we're here
It is
for.
100% because you enjoy arguing.
So
And Jolliver says there's generation of people that aren't buying cars because of it. Let's give it time.
Wait, so we'll just wait till the whole car, the driving thing is just Uber gets rid of all their people drivers and replace it with automated cars that drive themselves, self-driving vehicles, and maybe they fly. I don't know. But I'm just saying, that's what they're headed to. Their plan, their evil plan,
Yeah,
or
but we
masterful
thought we were going to
plan.
have flying cars.
Not flying.
10 years
I was
ago.
joking about flying, but I'm just saying they're gonna the self-driving thing is a reality.
Right.
That's gonna happen. So it's gonna be very easy for them to eventually just replace this fleet of driver cars that have drivers, to driverless cars, and make more money.
Which will actually make your commute easier because they can. The biggest problem with congestion is that people don't have the same distance between cars. They aren't starting and stopping at the same pace. Someone wants to change lanes and causes a backup. That's where congestion really gets impacted. So by getting rid of drivers in general will actually speed up that flow of traffic even with more cars on the road. I'm just saying we're in an interim point. And there's positives and negatives.
If you think about it logically, buses are bigger and cars are smaller.
Not little toy buses, though.
Thank you, Nathan, for coming in with the toy perspective, one that we long have missed.
It's true.
All right, sorry, I'm on Periscope here. Well, just trying to give some people the behind the scenes footage,
A little bit of it, yeah.
Just to maybe build
So you
some
can get
awareness.
those eye rolls real close up.
Yeah, I like the close up eye rolls. All right, well that covers that topic. You tuned in for the that we'll call this the Periscope story of the week. Okay, that's all. All right, let's go back to our regularly broadcast.
that was brought to you by our Patreon peeps.
Actually, it was brought to you by Lyft and Uber.
Yep.
They paid for that spot.
They're not an overall negative.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird thing. I think a lot of ways it's cool because it gives people employment, and it it gives them a way to have a job when they don't have a job, and I think that's pretty cool. I mean, imagine like how many people could fit in a bus?
Lots.
I'm just saying, like roughly
100.
No,
Maybe, no.
100 people in a bus.
I don't know.
How many people go ride the bus, Nathan? If you ever ride the bus, well, how many people are on it?
I've never seen it full, but I'd guess maybe
40,
30
On
or
one
40.
bus?
30. So let's say 30
I
people.
mean, you got standing room.
Yeah, okay, let's say 25, just for the sake of argument. 25 people on the bus. If all those people took an Uber, they're employing 25 people.
And I guarantee you they'll get there faster than on the bus because
Yeah.
the bus follows a specific route.
So, I mean, the congestion, but then the argument is if it's in these larger
You've got
cities, the congestion.
25 additional cars
on the road. Does
Create
that slow?
smog and stuff.
No, but does that cause more of a jam if they're all, I mean, if they're all headed in the same direction, but, you know, maybe they're taking side streets where the buses don't fit.
because they're going direct routes.
Yeah, so maybe, I don't know. It's interesting.
I mean, it is one of those things too. I mean, with some of these bigger cities, you've got like a 2.5, sometimes 3 hour window that rush hour is. And by eliminating some of those cars with people using I mean, that's the reason that a large chunk of people use public transportation is because it is going to be faster. Even though you have to catch different trains, it's not taking you a direct there. You're avoiding a lot of traffic that is in the city already.
Yeah.
So...
Okay, well, I think we've solved all the world's problems. Let's move on to the next story. HuffingtonPost.com says far-right troll Chuck Johnson tried out for Survivor. Here's his audition tape.
We did.
You did put the video.
Even though you didn't make it
bean
red.
footage.
Hi, I'm Chuck Johnson. I'm from Clovis, California, and I'm an investigative journalist who's traveled all around the world hunting big stories. Most recently, I just got back from Hungary, where I was tracking down a corrupt journalist empire. I do all kinds of exciting things. Some people call me a people person. Other people call me a troll. Other people say that I'm the most hated man on the internet. Others call me a genius or a moron or fat or pudgy or redheaded. But I prefer Chuck. I was chased by monkeys in Bali, but they didn't get my Fritos. Using my patented trolling
Seems like
techniques,
something Trevor would
I was
say.
the first
A lot of-
man kicked off of Twitter. I guarantee you I'll make it to the last man on Survivor. As an investigative journalist, I'm sure that the skills that I've learned, such as manipulating sources, lying to people to get to the truth, these are all things that will go well on Survivor. I can get along with all kinds of people. Fat ones, short ones, tall ones, aborigines. Don't know any, but I'm sure I can get along with them. Kangaroos. I'm also very good with nature. Nature and I, we're like this. Haven't done Half Dome yet. It's on my to-do list.
What's Half Dome?
I haven't even half done it. I do all kinds of exciting things. No matter where you put me, from the jungles of Vietnam to the plains of the Serengeti to the cuddly creatures and surrounding fauna and flora of Narnia, I'm sure I could survive pretty much anywhere. I'm interesting, I'm provocative, I'm funny, I'm aggressive, I'm mean-spirited, and I'm a little bit bitchy. But I know that I will be the best contestant you've ever had on Survivor. I'm Chuck Johnson, and I'm looking forward to seeing you wherever you guys stick me.
Yep. That happened.
Was all of the imagery and everything the actual video, or was that something that Huffington Post put in there? I couldn't tell at the end when they started to say he was emotionless and
I'm pretty
this
sure
and
that was his
Was
video.
that him?
I'm pretty sure that
He
was him.
tongue-in-cheeking himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you can do that to yourself.
Whoa.
So
this
there's
is a family-friendly show.
Sorry.
Look.
Oh yeah, your tongue is in your cheek right there. That's neat. I guess he's a witty fellow.
So what if
He also got himself kicked off of Twitter, right? He was
He was the first person kicked
the
off
very
of Twitter.
first person to be
What
removed
for?
from Twitter.
actually know.
Trolling. I don't know.
Oh,
So I have a great idea.
How
Let's
come
take
I
the
haven't got
boxing
kicked off of
idea.
Twitter yet?
Let's take the boxing idea
Okay.
and keep it.
Send an invite to him.
But then let's also all do our own self-promotional videos to get into Survivor.
Okay.
And then we'll have Tub Nation vote on which one of us should be in Survivor.
Okay.
And then that one we'll submit. No, we'll submit them all. That'll
Okay.
work.
Oh, he sent out a tweet asking his followers for donations to help him take out a Black Lives Matter activist. And Twitter took that as a threat.
Oh my gosh.
You're a terrible
But I'm
person.
guessing he
Messed
didn't
up.
mean kill.
What do you mean, like
don't know.
take out a coffee?
Yeah, take
Out
him
of the
out
limelight.
to a date.
Out of the line?
I don't know. I have no further context.
Well, I don't either. That's why some of us think half empty. Some think half full. Some are just glad we have something in the glass
It's a can. You're drinking out of a can.
right now.
I'm not drinking out of a can.
Okay.
As Dimitri
empty.
Martin pointed out, it really depends on what's in the glass as to whether it's half full or half empty is optimistic.
Is it a half full glass of urine?
That's kind of bad. If it's a half full glass of baby blood, it gets more complicated. Is it going to a baby or is it coming from a baby?
I mean, I would imagine
How
that
did you procure it? That might.
regardless of the situation, it's coming from a baby.
That's
If it's baby blood.
I suppose, but
Yeah.
there could be.
How do you identify the age of the blood?
It's really messed up. All right, that does it for our stories. Let's jump into the mailbag.
Got something on your mind?
I didn't know where to turn.
Send us an email, message, or a call.
You've got mail.
I'm still here.
I'm here.
This is a good show tonight, guys. You're really killing it, doing funny things. And
We're not doing funny things, are
We're talking about babies.
we? And Ubers.
And baby Ubers.
Oh,
Baby
boy.
Ubers.
That's it. That's a mailbag time. So we got anything in our phone bag?
Nope.
Nobody
No
put
one's
any.
called us.
Nobody put stuck in
They
the
took
phone.
it to heart where they're like, haha, this is funny. No one's going to do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, if you got an
It is.
email for us, send it to tubcast@minuteoftub.com, or you can call us at 475-TUB-CALL, leave us a voicemail, and we will play that voicemail on air, and everyone will hear it all around the globe, because this is the #1 podcast / talk show / live broadcast /
From a tub.
variety show on the internet.
The internet.
Yeah.
#1.
One.
The best fans, the best viewings, the best
Yeah.
ratings, the best websites.
Maybe someday we'll do it live.
We do
In
do it
front of-
live.
What are you
In
talking
front of a
about?
live studio
We've
audience.
done that. What are you...
Yeah.
Seriously, Kyle? You
Get
forget
with
so
Kyle.
soon.
I'm mostly. I guess I'm mostly just thinking.
All right.
of
I
I mean, we're
ideas that
planning
we
it
have.
again at
No, we
Comic-Con.
want-
That's
I
coming
understand
up,
that.
guys. Get
No,
your tickets
we should,
now.
We've talked about other things too. We'll see if Kuipers actually comes through for us on that.
All right. So Crazy Legs is very upset that we didn't have the 404 tonight. Yeah, we haven't done it for a couple weeks because
Where have you been?
Nobody cared. Everybody was just like, "Oh, you guys name it," and so it got sad. And
you want us to do it, send us an email with some 404 options.
Well, no, but Crazy wasn't here, and he gets excited. But like, sometimes, why don't you name this guy?
Yeah,
Let's
name
hear
this guy.
The name Kuiper. Put the guy's picture back up there.
Yeah, he gave a bunch of names for himself.
Let's see. Name this guy. What's his real name?
Chuck
Squinty
Johnson.
McRedbeard.
Let's name him. He's the 404. We already picked it, but we need a name.
Chuck Donson.
Chuck Wanson.
Juck Johnson.
There it is.
You moved letters
Maybe.
around in his name. Buck Townsend.
That sounds like someone's real name. I don't know if I like it. It's a little sensitive.
Bill Chesterton.
Crazy says I think Chuck Johnson.
That's
sort of
Bill
writes
Chesterton's
itself.
son.
It's Bill Chestnut. Can you get
Bill
it right?
Ch-
It's only
That's-
Bill Chesterton when
yeah.
he's too drunk to say his own
So
name.
that's Chestnut Jr.
It's Bill Chestnut. Right, it's Chuck Chestnut. That's
Yeah.
Chuck
right.
Chestnut.
Chuck Chestnut. Oliver says, I have fight with angry trolls that require hands and bottles, and I know why
Now
people
know.
want extra. Oh, I now know why people want extra arms. I get it.
We get it.
We understand. I don't have time to continue. You know what? We kind of slowed down on the 404, maybe even before your child came. So it's been a few weeks. People haven't even noticed those. So
Yeah,
I mean,
this is the
Crazy's the
first-
first time,
And this
he's
is
the
like
first one to
week
notice.
3 or 4.
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Crazy.
We
Sorry.
changed things, guys.
Crazy. If you've got an idea to replace the 404 that you think will be entertaining for all,
How about this, Crazy?
Send
Have
us
a
an
famous
email
dead
about it.
person send us a voicemail.
If you can put together like funny 60 seconds a video of you talking about your favorite 404 of the week. Maybe we'll play it on air for you. Okay, we'll give you a little segment. This for you. Just came up with that right now. I don't even know if I can promise that. I just came up with it though.
But send us a video and maybe we'll see what happens.
I might, as long as there aren't too many of them potty words that you like to use in there.
Make sure you censor yourself.
Yeah, so we don't have to black bar the entire thing and beep it. Actually, we could just fake that and do 60 seconds of beep and a big black screen.
It's
and
just
be
a
like,
black screen.
Thanks.
He says, I'll use my Ouija board and see if I can contact Randy.
Beard.
That was spelled B-O-E-A-R-D. So board. You said
we are the board. Resistance is futile.
We are the board.
So yeah, go ahead and contact Randy. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Brother.
Or anyone else, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
get Regis Philbin.
Is he dead?
Oh, is he? No.
I don't think he's dead.
Oh,
no.
Never mind.
Probably close.
Don't get Regis Philbin.
I mean, wait a couple years, then get Regis.
And Betty.
And Kathy.
Yes.
and George.
Remember the nipple and feet rules. You can't show feet in the video. You can't show nipples in the video. We don't discriminate against gender, so that's how that works. I think that does it for our broadcast this evening. It's been swell to have you all here.
Swelling's actually gone down.
We do want to thank, though, some very special people.
He was getting there, man.
Oh, actually, I wasn't. Thanks, Jeremy. I forgot.
Thanks, Jeremy.
See, we were working
Jeremy.
together here, and Kyle just threw us under the bus.
You know what?
Transitions
Before we leave, I would love to thank our Patreon peeps. These are the lovely individuals who give of their heart, soul, and cashola. They give us the Benjamins. Make it rain on our pale, fat bodies. Thank you, patreon.com/meninatub. We are grateful for your patronage. That's right. You too can become a patron of Men in a Tub if you go to patreon.com/meninatub. Will you see men in a tub? That's unlikely, but you will see our lovely faces. You're welcome. Thank you for your support.
Crazy says that I throw everyone under the Uber.
You stop throwing people under the Uber, Kyle.
There was just so much congestion, he had to put them somewhere.
That does it for tonight, everybody. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and all you questioning out there. It's been a lovely time, whether you're, here in life or transitioning to the next. It's good to be with you while we can. Have a swell week. We'll see y'all in the future.
Swell.
Future. I hope my kids aren't jack wagons. I think that's what he said.
In the TV
Jack
edit,
wagons?
it's jerks.
Oh, it's jerks. Yeah. All right, everybody. Ta-ta for now.
Ha
I'm trying to turn the music up, Kyle.
I'm getting there, man.
Oh, I thought you were turning it down and fighting me.
No, I know this. I know what we're doing.
It took forever. It took so long, though. I got scared.
You want me to now bring it down a little bit?
I'll just let you do it.
Then we can bring it back up.
I like it. I like it louder.
Bye, everybody.
Night, everybody. Night. Jay Oliver. Good night, Crazy Legs.
Kitty Kills.
Good night, Cake House. Good night, Trevi 91. Good night, Digiport. Good night,
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Electrical skateboard.
We love all you lurkers.
We love the lurkers. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next Wednesday at 9 p.m. for The Loop. Good night.